Welcome to Shorewood's lead service line replacement program presentation. The November 10th public information meeting agenda includes introductions, a presentation of the lead service line replacement program, a question and answer session, followed by a breakout session for individual questions. The village's lead service line replacement program was adopted by the village board on June 6, 2022 and went into effect on September 30, 2022. The program was drafted in part in response to the EPA's lead and copper rule revision. The document formalizes Shorewood's response to health and industry best practices. It provides a framework for accelerated replacement of water service lines in advance of the lead and copper rule revision requirements. The program identifies sources and conditions for financial assistance. What is the lead and copper rule revision? In 1991, the Environmental Protection Agency published a regulation to control lead and copper in drinking water. This regulation is known as the Lead and Copper Rule. A lead and copper rule revision, or LCRR, intended to strengthen the original rule, was published by the EPA in June of 2021. The revised regulations go into effect in October 2024. The LCRR focuses on 5 key areas: customer communications and information, sampling requirements, a new trigger limit, follow-up action on samples above action levels, and the removal of lead service lines. The Shorewood Water Utility began planning for these regulations in 2021. The comprehensive lead service line replacement program was developed to address systematic removal of private and municipal lead service lines from the village's distribution system. The lead service line replacement program document can be accessed using the link on this page. What is a water service? Who is responsible for it? Water is delivered from the village-owned water main in the street to a private building through the water service. The service is comprised of 2 distinct parts, the public service and the private service. The public service is the section located in the area from the water main to and through the curb stop, the common term for the property's water shutoff valve. This section is owned and maintained by the water utility. The private service is located from the curb stop into the building. This section, including the meter shutoff valve, is owned and maintained by the property owner as outlined in the Shorewood Village Code, Chapter 415, Section 20C. This graphic illustrates the ownership of a water service line. Is my service made of lead? The majority of homes in Shorewood were constructed in an era when lead was the material of choice for water lines and plumbing components. Based upon current records, it is estimated that over 70% of the homes in Shorewood have lead water services. The EPA's 2021 lead and copper rule revision includes requirements for water systems to develop an inventory of public and private service line materials and make that information available to the public by October 16, 2024. The Shorewood Water Utility has compiled the best available data, and Shorewood residents can access service line material data today through the lead service line dashboard on the village's website at www.villageofshorewood.org/lead-dashboard. This slide illustrates the dashboard's main screen. Please note the search feature highlighted in yellow. Users can simply enter a property address to access service line material information. Is my water safe? The Shorewood Water Utility performs regular lead testing as required by current EPA and DNR regulations. To date, no test results have indicated lead levels which exceed the current federal action level of 15 parts per billion. Lead is not found in our Lake Michigan source water, and it is not found in our treated drinking water. None of Shorewood's water mains are made of lead. Shorewood's water is supplied by Milwaukee Water Works, who treats the water with a phosphate compound, which forms a protective coating inside pipes to control lead dissolving into the water. Lead exposure from drinking water occurs when water has prolonged contact with lead materials or components which may be present in water service lines or plumbing. Lead test kits can be requested from the North Shore Health Department by email at nshd@nshhealthdept.org or calling 414-371-2980. In compliance with EPA and Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources requirements, the Shorewood Water Utility annually publishes a Consumer Confidence Report or CCR to help consumers understand where their drinking water comes from. You can view the most recent report at www.villageofshorewood.org/CCR. If you have a lead service, there are several actions you can take to reduce your risk of drinking water lead exposure, including: run your water. Before drinking, flush your home's pipes by running the tap, taking a shower, doing laundry, or doing a load of dishes. The amount of time to run the water will depend upon the length of the lead service line, generally 5 to 10 minutes. Use cold water. Use only cold water for drinking, cooking, and making baby formula. Boiling water does not remove lead from the water. Clean your aerator. Regularly clean your faucet screens, also known as an aerator. Sediment, debris, and lead particles can collect in your aerator. If lead particles are caught in the aerator, lead can get into your water. If you use a filter, use it properly. Make sure it is certified to remove lead. Read the directions to learn how to properly install and use your cartridge and when to replace it. Using the cartridge after it has expired can make it less effective. Do not run hot water through the filter. Find more information about lead in drinking water at www.epa.gov/lead. Who is required to replace their service? Ordinance 3043 makes the replacement of all public and private lead service lines mandatory. This will be enforced at the time of a utility water main replacement. If repair of the private or public service line is deemed necessary, or during any Shorewood water utility project to replace lead service lines. What is the cost? Costs will vary based upon several factors. Typical services in Shorewood range in length from 45 to 70 feet or more. Recent costs have ranged from $5,600 to $8,000. The village's lead service line replacement program outlines financial assistance for the replacement of private lead service lines. Subject to pending Wisconsin Public Service Commission approval, properties in village lead service line replacement project areas will be eligible for financial assistance. Up to 50% of the cost of the replacement of the private service will be funded by the Shorewood Water Utility. Up to an additional 25% of the replacement cost may be funded by the village through state or federal grants if available. The remaining costs will be the responsibility of the property owner and can be financed using a no-interest loan to be repaid in 12 equal installments on the 12 utility bills following the completion of the replacement. Repayment will occur over 3 years. There is no prepayment penalty. Past due installments may be placed on the property tax roll. When and where will replacements be completed? In adopting its lead service replacement program, the village of Shorewood established a goal to remove all lead service lines from its distribution system within 20 years. A comprehensive replacement schedule is in development. The water utility is analyzing how lead service replacement can be coordinated with the village's other infrastructure needs and priorities to create the most cost-effective and efficient programs possible. It is anticipated that a comprehensive 20-year schedule will be completed for inclusion in the village's 2024 to 2033 long-range financial plan, which is expected to be adopted during the summer of 2023. Current known projects that will be expanded to include comprehensive service line replacements include 2023 Southeast Area Combined Sewer Improvements Phase 1, 2024 Southeast Area Combined Sewer Improvements Phase 2, 2025 Lake Drive Reconstruction, 2026 North Oakland Avenue Reconstruction, Project areas for years 2027 to 2042 are being developed and will be published in mid-2023 following Village Board approval. Additional information can be found on the Lead Service Replacement Program project webpage at www.villageofshorewood.org/leadservices. You may also contact Shorewood Water Utility staff or the village's plumbing inspector with specific questions. Thank you.